Welcome Ellen Donahue-Dalton, who's the Chief Marketing Officer for Medecision.
We actually show up in a lot of people's lives. So our software systems take care of about 52 million Americans, and most of those Americans have chronic conditions. And our systems help health plans and health systems take care of those people. I actually started my career in politics and was a legislative analyst during a time in the United States when many states were bringing in legalized gaming, mostly in the form initially of lotteries. But then as I started working around the world, we were working a lot in social clubs, casinos, as well as sports books and sports betting. So I had this whole first part of my career in gaming, which was just fascinating. It's where I learned a lot about consumer marketing. And that's something that is, now coming into healthcare in a big way, right? Consumer marketing, behavioral and psychographic segmentation. So politics, gaming, then owned a consulting company for a number of years, started to work with a number of healthcare IT and healthcare services companies, and then moved into this Medecision role about 10 years ago. Medecision was a turnaround company in the first years of my time with it. And it was a longer, harder turnaround than I expected, or I think than anybody else expected. And that's always a real marketing challenge, right? Because at the time, the company was about 22 years old and had some market issues. When I got there, about 40% of the customers had indicated that they were leaving. And over the first 6 months that I was there, I personally spoke to the main buyer in every single one of those customers and tried to figure out the path forward here. We ended up doing a sort of a lightweight rebranding in, I think, 2013 to even just sort of clear the air and try to forge a new path for ourselves. And here we are 7 years later, and we're about to do another one. Certainly going from a turnaround to an at-scale company, that has changed. The amount of tools and quantitative analysis that we're able to do now has just really skyrocketed, which I love. The blend in an organization where someone is looking at customer experience and consumer experience, which for us are members and patients, and then what those experience points have to be in order to generate loyalty or in order to really be able to optimize value for those customers. That's something that actually I started doing it just a couple of years ago, and it's been really mind expanding. I try as much as I can to look outside of healthcare for freshness and for ideas. I have the kind of mind, like I just said, where I'm always kind of connecting dots. I do draw a lot of inspiration from other category leaders that have nothing to do with healthcare. Because if there's anything I know, it's that every single one of us is a healthcare consumer, not just when we're choosing our insurance, really every single day. We're buying that smartwatch, we're going to the yoga class, we're going to a nutritional counseling class for our diabetes, whatever it is, we are consumers, and we expect healthcare to be as seamless and personalized and convenient and value-oriented as we expect anything else. I think that my superpower is my eyes, to be able to connect dots between CX, UX, and EX. I tend to see things as they connect in ways that a lot of people around me maybe haven't seen because they're, seeing other things or doing other things. Have teams that focus in certain program areas or, in certain functional areas. And I try as much as I can to have them co-collaborate, which is it sounds like, well, that's an obvious thing, but a lot of times people don't co-collaborate unless they're seamlessly connected into a process. As soon as we start connecting people across the group, not only, of course, do they build those human relationships, but man, does the productivity go up and the quality of the work goes way up. And of course, people's sense of fulfillment and accomplishment goes up. Tend to be sort of impatient and even like a little relentless, even though I know that sounds negative, like, relentlessly working or whatever. But this kind of desire and ambition and appetite to achieve a big vision is something to me that's really critical. I'm not sure I could survive in a culture where a big vision wasn't present. And so, just being part of that and really feeling like you really can't rest, build impact, focus around, growth rates, share targets, and then kind of program level achievements, to me, have faded away into how do we build impact? How do we build impact throughout the journey that this user or this member or this patient or this business client has with us? How do we invest to drive the most amount of value and to achieve our mission? We're a very purpose-driven organization. Our mission is liberating healthcare, and we're very serious about it. Your job is to open people's eyes and to help them get prepared. And then, of course, do the go-to-market work. But you can't just do the go-to-market work without seeing around the corner.